I'm outside at the rodeo, and a new ick has been unlocked. When you see a girl with like shorts on or a skirt, and the bottom of her cheeks are hanging out of the skirt or shorts, that is an ick. Why do you need attention that bad?
Hey y'all, I'm about to head to Houston Rodeo. This is my first time going since moving out here, but before I head out, I wanted to show y'all my outfit of the night.
Right out the gate, she said that was her first time going to the Houston Rodeo since she moved to the area. Here's a great example of out-of-towners, people that either visited Houston or just moved to Texas from somewhere else. This is how the transplants decided to destroy a 100-year event and turn it into Magic City. An event meant for husbands, wives, and their children slowly started turning into modern 304s, showing up to the rodeo like it's Magic City. Full Magic City uniforms.
I put some skin-colored tights under them because the back is a little risque.
She said the back was risque. So just know all of this is 100% intentional. They do all of this on purpose, show up to family-friendly events with children looking at this. And that's why the Houston Rodeo, for the first time ever, just implemented a dress code. Yeah, it's because modern-day females thought it was appropriate to be risque at a family event. They've been doing this for a couple of years now. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Doing this with intention to get attention. Now, whose attention are they trying to get? Are they trying to get the attention of children? Or are they trying to get the attention of married men? Whose attention are you trying to get exactly? You already know we're living in an age where these new 304s, they are loud with it. They're looking to be praised for running around with married men, and they'll do anything to get a dose of attention to get eyeballs. So maybe that's what they're looking for. But yeah, who are you trying to attract exactly? Because if you're looking for a cowboy, most cowboys, the country guys, they're conservative men. I'm talking traditional. Their women don't run around dressing like poll workers. So you can't be going there to get a cowboy. Now, over the last several years, more and more people not originally from Houston, they're showing up and participating in the Houston Rodeo, especially with Beyonce commercializing this cowboy culture, turning city girl fans into wannabe cowgirls through the promotion of country culture. Since then, you've been seeing a lot of weirdness showing up to the Houston Rodeo, an event that's been around for nearly a century. And this year, it got so bad, now the organizers of the event had to implement a dress code.
Well, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is in the headlines every single March, but this year, not just for the concerts and the competition.
So this has a lot of people talking after several weekend incidents forced the carnival to close early on Saturday. Officials, they're clarifying expectations on the rules, and that does include revised dress code. So McKenna Earnhardt is live at Energy Park with what you need to know before you head out to the gates. You probably need to fix your wardrobe if it's a little skimpy.
Yeah, as you ladies know, fashion is always a huge part of the rodeo. But this year, a different trend has been going viral. Pictures and videos circulating on social media of what people are calling more club wear than rodeo wear. And so we've got those photos here for you. If you take a look at your screen, we've blurred them, but you'll see what kind of sparked this conversation. So rodeo officials are emphasizing that this is and always has been a family-friendly event. The updated policy states that any clothing deemed inappropriate or showing excessive skin could result in you being turned away at the gate or asked to leave. The policy also bans any clothing, tattoos, or accessories with gang affiliations. And no face coverings are prohibited unless they are for cultural, religious, or medical reasons.
Back in school, they would tell us, the fingertip rule. If you have like a hemline, you want it 2 below your fingertips. How are your security guards and staff trained on this?
What they're going to be looking for is things that are just inappropriate, right? And so you know it when you see it. And so we don't want to single people out. We want to give them the opportunity to address their whatever they're wearing so they can come in and have a good time. But again, this is a family-friendly event. And we want to make sure if it's that everyone here is comfortable with what they're seeing around them. And there's lots of different ways you can describe that, but I think all of us know what's appropriate and what's not.
Sure, they definitely know what's appropriate and what's not. These are grown women constantly making the decision to show up in clothes like that with their behind out on purpose. Again, they do it with intention to get attention. Everywhere they go, they got to turn it into Magic City. And they've been doing their best to convert every place you can think of. The school, the basketball game, the mall, the church. Remember, it's the same group of people that think it's okay for pastor wives to walk around with clothes giving the illusion of being see-through. Pastor wives, so-called church people, they think that's appropriate. I'm glad he's putting the rules in place right now, because if y'all don't, you're going to let a group of people destroy Houston rodeo culture. If you allow them, they will infect the rodeo and drag it all the way to the ground. And the crazy part is, if they start kicking people out, you already know who will be the main ones getting kicked out. And when we start seeing that, they're going to say it's something else. They won't have any regard or respect for these people protecting the children and families that's maintained this event for a century. They don't have respect for themselves. So of course they don't have no respect for you or your event. They're going to try to make it all about them and insist they have the right to infect the culture these folks built at their event. Now, they won't go and create their own Magic City Rodeo and build that up. No, they want to come and destroy yours. Yeah, they want to come to your wholesome event and turn it into Magic City. That's what they do.
We were talking about it even before we found out it was in place, just some of the questionable things we've seen. And being able to bring our kids to a family-friendly atmosphere is really important to us. So yeah, I think it's a great thing.
Step right up.
Now, if you do happen to get stopped at the gate, they said they'll try and work with you so you can change, but if not, you will be asked to leave. And if you try to do the whole keep the clothes in your bag and change in the bathroom trick once you're in, there's people around the grounds that will ask you to leave as well. Now, as for what people are thinking out here, I've talked to a lot of people, and we took a poll over on the Fox Local app asking what people think, and it seems like most are on the rodeo side. 94% of you on the Fox Local app said that you agree there should be a dress code here. So if you haven't taken that poll, you should head over and look at it. For Fox 26, I'm McKenna Earnhardt.
All right, and here's that question that McKenna mentioned. Do you agree with the new restrictions? Well, an overwhelming majority of you do. And here are a couple of comments we want to share with you. Thank you so much, first of all, for commenting. And you can still do it by scanning that QR code on the right side of your screen. Top right there. Christina and Tomball saying it's the rodeo. It's family friendly, not a club. Tony in Kingwood says, yes, we as adults should be role models for our children.
And let me tell you, them freaknik flamingos, they don't care about children at all. Nah, they don't care, nor do the men they attract. The type of men that would even agree with them, you don't want them at your establishment either. Together, they cause a bunch of mess, and a lot of them are groomers as well. Just like the females promoting 304 culture, none of them can be trusted around children and families, and they all should be banned from the event. Hopefully with the dress code, they'll be discouraged from even coming at this point, because quite frankly, they're not even needed. Again, we're talking about an event that's been around for nearly 100 years. They can really just take all this back to the Beyonce concert or wherever, just go to a spot that's designed for all of that, where it's acceptable and they're able to participate in whatever they want. But stop trying to infect everybody else with your City Girl 304 culture. Go back to California or Atlanta with Killer Mike T.I. and them. Go that way.
See how shaming works? We all got together and said that attire at the rodeo was bad. We all did that. We all got together and we condemned that behavior, and the Houston Rodeo has now enforced a dress code. So when you think that your speech can't make things move, you're wrong. Remember, the spoken word is possibly one of the most powerful things on earth. Creation began with the word. So when we see wrong and we call it out, we can make change.
It was the Houston Rodeo, not the Freaknik, and y'all obviously did not get the memo, because y'all done went down to Houston and showed up and showed out. And the crazy thing about it, it got so bad that the Houston Rodeo wound up changing their damn dress code. Let me just say, the level of secondhand embarrassment that I had, and I wasn't even there. I was just laying in my bed with my robe on, y'all, scrolling up and down TikTok and just seeing all of these outrageous videos, okay? Let me just say this, y'all. The Houston Rodeo is a family event, okay? Which means that families were there. There were husbands there with their wives. There were wives there with their husbands, and of course their children were there, which means all that cheeks and all that body parts and BBLs y'all was out there exposing, it was uncalled for. The families did not want to see it. It was eye level to where the babies were. Y'all, it was just out of control, okay? And what was the point of even leaving your house to go stand around at a gas station and look at each other? Y'all can tell when people ain't never been nowhere because you don't know how to act, and y'all obviously did not know how to dress. It was absolutely outrageous. It was absurd. Y'all behavior, ridiculous.
Y'all, I just want to remind people, because for some reason it seems like people have forgot that dressing appropriately is not a bad thing. Like, it's okay that some places you can't just dress how you want to dress. You know, like when you go to work, you can't just dress how you want to dress. Everybody been talking about the Houston Rodeo implementing a dress code. I've never been to the rodeo before, but based on what I saw, I ain't mad at them about implementing that dress code. I did my research and I learned what that rodeo is actually for. It is very much a family event. Go do the research on your own. But that's not a place for you to be dressing how a lot of people were dressing based on what was posted on social media. Sorry, not sorry.
You know, it actually kind of sucks. It's actually kind of sad because you think like the rodeo, that's where families go. That's where families go. People on spring break, you want to have a good time. Kids, they want to, you know, have fun. And it's like they're met with pretty much like adult content because they see butt cheeks and boobies popping out everywhere. It's like everybody has been saying the same thing. It's kind of a shame. What a shame. But let me just say this. I'm actually not surprised. And like, knowing with the way that people dress nowadays, I'm not surprised.
Y'all done made these folks implement a dress code at the rodeo. Even when I went last year, it was not this bad. Like, there were people, you know, in shorts. I mean, hello, it's Houston, it's humid, so I understand that. But like, to have your pure booty cheeks hanging out and everything, like, that's just not appropriate, y'all. And I think that we should just know better in general. Like, this is not freaking Halloween or something. Like,
well, they took over that too. You have grown women running around trick-or-treating in Magic City uniforms. They've been doing that for over a decade now. Slowly and slowly. I'm telling you, if you give these 304s an inch, they'll take a mile. They have mental issues for one, because doing the things they do for attention and then fighting for the right to do it, psychologically something is wrong with them. There's an imbalance to even want to come around to an event like this with normal people looking like they're ready to take the stage at Freaknik. Yeah, they have mental issues and they're also into grooming. It's not normal. And not just them, but the men they attract too.
this is just the rodeo. People wear, you know, appropriate shorts. They wear jeans. They wear overalls, whatever. But, like, y'all took it way too far and made this an over-sexualized experience. And I don't really understand why. The fights don't surprise me either, because that was happening last year. When me and my sister went, we literally were there for 30 minutes and it got shut down and then it started storming. So I don't think the rodeo will see me for a while, but I just hate that, you know, y'all went there and did that to them folks and just ratcheted up a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
At this point, the way to fight the devil and fix indecency is to not even allow the devil in. No need in running around trying to change these people. You can't save them. They already sold their souls. So just like the movie Sinners, and shout out to Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler, they deserved all the awards they picked up this season. But when you see the devil already bit into these people, you have to segregate. You keep them over there and you stay over here. But once you let them in the door, their goal is to infect everybody. Men, women, children, everybody. So what do? You keep them out. Do not let them in the door. They cannot be converted. They already took an oath. They have the blood of the devil. So yeah, they've been cursed. And now what they have to do is gather more souls. That's the purpose of a lot of these musicians and entertainers. All I know is you have to segregate from these people or you will become them too. Next thing you know, you'll find yourself condoning what they're doing. So yes to the dress code at the Houston Rodeo. Yes, it's a shame to have to tell grown behind women how to dress to go somewhere. But if they're too slow or mentally warped to figure it out on their own, then you have to do something to protect your own brand and the families that's been patronizing this event for decades. Long before Beyonce told them to put on a cowboy hat and turn the function into a 304 cabaret. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. I want to thank everybody who supported this channel. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.